There are things that happen when we are in the process of working on our personal or spiritual growth and development, when we work on some aspect. I mean, of course, it doesn't happen all at once. When we work on any aspect of our personal or spiritual growth and development, we go through changes. And in this video, we're going to talk about one of the things that can happen in the process of us working on ourselves. Hey there, my name is Regina. Welcome to this video. Welcome to my channel, the channel where we talk about different aspects of spirituality, personal and spiritual development and growth, and everything that comes with it. And today we're going to talk about something that can happen when we go through changes, when we go through this transformation, when we work through something, when we work on something, whether it's spiritual growth spiritually, whether it's our personal development. When we work on personal or spiritual development and growth, it is something internal, and it changes things. It changes how we feel, what we feel, how we act, how we react. I mean, each situation, each aspect of personal spiritual development, us working on it, is very individual to every single person, and there's a lot that goes into it that determines what our experience is. And there can be two people working on the same aspect of personal or spiritual development and have a completely different experience as they go through that process. However, there are some things in general that can happen that we can look out for, or we can be aware of to understand this process better. And if we experience it while we're going through some things, some kind of change, some kind of step in our personal or spiritual growth, just so we know that it's okay, it's part of the process, nothing to worry too much about it. And I'm saying too much about it because we might worry at some point or for some reason, depending on what exactly it is that we're experiencing. My main focus and intention with this video is to kind of show this one experience, how it can go, to help you understand and see that, yeah, it's part of this process, and it's okay if you have this experience, and maybe if you've already noticed it happening, this could be a confirmation that other people go through that too. It is part of the process, and yeah, that's basically the idea. Okay, so here I have a very lovely visual. I'm gonna go on the side to just kind of show you what this is. Here is your old self, and here is, in the middle is where we are when we are working on something personal growth, spiritual growth related. We have some aha moments. We have come to some sort of a new awareness about certain aspect, that aspect of spiritual or personal growth that we're working on. We're processing it. What is it that we have just learned? What aha moment we have just had? What this new awareness now means? How does it apply to our lives, to us, to who we are and how we show up in the world? And we are determining what is the old now that doesn't resonate with us anymore. What is it that we need to let go? Because how it goes, as soon as we have a new awareness of something, doesn't matter what aspect of life it is, including personal and spiritual development, as soon as we have this new awareness about certain aspect of life, something that is part of personal and spiritual growth, we can't unknow it. We can't just be not aware of it anymore, because once it's up on the surface, it's there, and it's there to stay. And depending on what it is, it can require us to make bigger or not so big changes, but it will most certainly force us, like in a loving, empowering way, force us to make changes. Now, while we are in this process, this is happening internally, and we may not have even words to describe what exactly is happening. We just know that we have had this aha moment, we have become aware of something, and we are now trying to figure out for ourselves internally, like, what does it mean for us? How do we feel about it? And now we get some kind of aha moments about something that happened here in, like, before we had the aha moment. Now, how do we incorporate this new awareness into our lives, into how we show up in the world, how we interact with people, what we do in our personal life and professionally? But while we're going through this process, because it's internal, there is no physical proof on the outside for the outside world yet to see that we are going through this change. And while we are in this process of change, the outside world, what's, our everyday things that we need to do, maybe we go and work, we have a job outside home, maybe we're a business owner, or interact with family, with friends. So what happened here, our old self, we had a certain image. We had a certain, people knew us the way we were. But now that we're going through this change, it will make us feel different. It will change something. But because it's not visible on the outside world, all this, what happened before, is most likely going to continue happening. But we can't even react anymore the same way as we used to, because we are not that same old selves anymore. It can become, my point with all this is, it can become very overwhelming and also frustrating, and it may upset some people. It may make us feel kind of confused, like, how do I react now to this person? My old self would be doing this, but my new self now, I have this new awareness, I'm working through stuff, and I can't do or go be like I was before. But people in my life, the circumstances, things haven't really changed, and they also don't know that I'm going through some changes, and they don't know, or don't even maybe understand, and don't maybe even want to know that because of the changes I'm going through, I'm not the same person anymore, and I am going to react differently, and I'm going to handle things and situations differently. So that can create a lot of frustration, where we might not even know exactly what our new version of ourselves is while we are in the process. We're still trying to figure it out, but the world doesn't stop. Sadly, would be good if the world stopped, but the world doesn't stop, because we're going through something, and we're going through these changes and learning something about ourselves and growing. And it can cause some relationships to get strained, and it can cause some frustrations in relationships, whether it's in the personal life or professional life. It can cause some chaos in some way, one way or another. My point with all this is this can happen, but it's okay because it is part of the process, as long as we remember that it's part of the process. And maybe at some point where we are here, we can tell people around us, especially our closest people, hopefully they do understand that we're going through something. I'm going through this change and I'm trying to figure this out, and it's challenging for me to respond in the same way I did in the past. So just please understand it, or give me a little bit space, or don't judge me too harsh. Right now at this moment I'm going through something. Well, something along those lines. Maybe we can talk to people. Depends who are the people in our lives and whether they understand or not, but also be prepared that people may not understand this, and maybe as a result of going through this change, our new self is going to not be in relationship with some friends that we've had, that our old self has had already. So that's possible as well, but it's all okay. It's all okay as long as we do work on ourselves and we are honest and truthful with ourselves. Because any work that we do on our personal or spiritual growth and development is something that we are doing for ourselves to be the best version of ourselves in any situation in life, really. And then if whatever was the environment or the people in our lives that were here that resonated with our old self, if they don't resonate with our new self, the fact that it was as a result of us growing spiritually or personally, and developing, that just means that the time for this, and like some people or environment, situations, job, maybe whatever it is, to let go of that and step into new and know that something even better is going to happen, or we're gonna have different friends, the ones that are gonna match our new self. We're gonna be in situations that match our new self, and doesn't mean that the old whatever was here, people and situations and whatever was there, was bad. It's just the time for this is up, and time for this is now. Like, we're in the process of changing and stepping into the next level of ourselves, and it's all part of the process, and it's okay. So yeah, that's in a nutshell what I wanted to tell today in this video. Let me know what your thoughts are, your experience in comments below. Thank you for watching, and yeah, click like if you enjoyed the video, if you haven't subscribed yet, and if you would like to see future videos from me, subscribe, and I will see you hopefully in the next video.